Hey there, empowered peeps. I'm Ryan to the rescue. And today we're going to talk about filling your car tires with air. So as the temperature gets colder outside, most likely that little dash light is going to pop on that indicates that your air pressure is low. And we're going to show you what to do when that happens. So today I have my special guest, my daughter, Willow Moats. So if you know our story, you know that we don't have a dad or husband around the house, but we are two clever and resilient women, and we get things figured out. So we're going to show you how to put air in your tires today. When your check air pressure light comes on in your car, I encourage you to deal with it right away. Because if you don't, you can end up ruining the whole tire and then it'll have to be replaced, which could be hundreds of dollars. Whereas just filling it up can just take moments of your time. So go ahead and be proactive about that. Also, if you don't feel like learning how to inflate your tires, or you just don't feel like dealing with all of that, probably most auto parts stores and auto repair places will check your air pressure and fill up your tires for you free. And that's a totally legit option. All right, so Willow's air pressure is low on her car, and this is what the low air pressure sign looks like on the dash. Okay, so different cars have different air pressure required for their tires. It's called PSI, and this is where you can find it on each individual car. Open up the door and find the sticker that's inside the door. And then on it, you will see the front and rear air pressure should be, in this case, 33 PSI for both. Then there's a different PSI required for the spare, which is 61. So the recommended air pressure for Willow's car is 33 PSI. And when the air is cold, you have to put in extra. So we're going to add 2 additional PSI on here. So we're bumping this up to 35, and then we're gonna go fill up her tire, and it turns off automatically when the PSI hits 35. An interesting side note in my personal journey is my husband, before he died, he took care of everything in my car, including the oil and the registration and the tires and everything. But he taught our daughters to be really independent so that they would feel really comfortable doing all of those things themselves. And for the Christmas before he passed away, in our stockings, he put, for all 3 of us, one of these tire gauges, which now seems oddly ominous and foreshadowing that the 3 of us are taking care of our tires and our cars on our own. When he was around, I felt perfectly happy being the pampered little princess and him taking care of every single thing with my car. But now that he's not, surprisingly, I feel very empowered and like a total badass taking care of these things myself. If you're like me and you want to take care of things yourself and you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, then follow along and we'll show you how to do it. All right, we got the air pressure fixed in Willow's car and the dash light is now off. So we succeeded, yay! Now some cars have computers on board, and in that case you can navigate to the menu and then go to vehicle info and then click on vehicle status. And then you can click on the tire pressure. For my car, the tire pressure gets measured while I'm driving. So let me drive around a little bit and see what it reads. So I drove my car around a little bit and now it's giving me this reading. So my tires are supposed to be at 32 PSI and none of these are up to par. So let's grab that air compressor and fix the situation. Today I'll be using a Husky Air Scout air compressor. If you have a different one, don't worry because they all operate pretty much the same. Now let's put on the attachment. I'm gonna put this one on and you pull this part of the hose back and put this in and then move that back forward again. To take it off, you pull this back to release it. All right, now let's fill her up. If this little cap is on too tight and you can't budge it, here's a little life hack I learned from my daughter. Put a rubber band around the cap and then twist it, and that will help you loosen up the cap. Works like a charm. Now I'm gonna put this on and see what the air pressure is in the tire. So it's right at 29, and my car requires 32 PSI. But since it's cold outside, the air inside of the tires shrinks. And so I'm gonna fill it up 3 PSI higher, because that way when it's cold and the air shrinks, my car won't be reading low tire pressure. So we're gonna prevent that by airing it up about 3 PSI higher. Therefore, I'm aiming for about 35 PSI. So I had it a teeny bit high, so what I did is I just left this on the tire for a couple of seconds, which let some air out. Now I have it right at 35. Okay, so I drove around and I got my tire pressure reset in my car, and now the readings are between 34 and 35 PSI. So I accomplished my goal and I'm really proud of myself. All right, there you have it. We have covered filling up your car tires at 2 different locations with 2 different kinds of air pumps, and then also using an air compressor at home. In conclusion, I have a dad joke for you.
Okay.
What did the car say when its low air pressure indicator light came on?
I don't know. What?
I'm feeling, okay, I'm feeling a little tired. So now whether you are filling your car tires with an air compressor at a gas station or you're using a home air compressor, either way, we can do it.